Hello YouTube, my name is Sir Manders. I am a streamer on Twitch. Uh, Today I'll be teaching you how to make your own emotes. This helped me out because I did find a free website for emotes, but it was only standard and I wanted to customize my own and for my friends that are also streamers. So I'll show you where to get the site, the application pretty much, to make your emotes, where you can generate images and that you can turn into emotes, and also where you can get the wording. So all this stuff is free. You can pay on all these sites as well to like for more stuff, like pretty much like every other site. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Right now I'm gonna pull up an image site. So this is Gemini.google.com. You can generate about 20 images a day off this site. So all you got to do is state generate image, and what do you want it of? And you can also put what type of style, put like anime style. And this will take a second, yes, to generate the image. There you go. And you can download it right here, or if you didn't like that one, you could either refresh it down here. Uh, Obviously, you can thumbs up it, you could share and export it. So I'm also going to show you another style you can also do, D&D style. So this is basically based off of Dungeons and Dragons. It's a style based off the game. So it's going to give you a style, an image based off of that. Okay, so here's your D&D style AI generated image. If we didn't like that one, like I said, you can obviously hit the refresh and it will refresh the image. Now we're going to go ahead and give this a few more seconds, let it generate a new image. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll download the full size. So you don't have to stop here. Like when you go download one, you can also generate another one. But the thing is, don't generate two back to back because it'll stop this response. So you want to get it to go all the way through in order to actually get the image. Pepper. Oh, that one looks actually pretty badass. So I'll go ahead and I'll download that one as well. Now, as you can see right here, we have our two images. So now that we have those, we'll save those for later. And I'll show y'all where to get what I use. So you can go to your Microsoft Store if you fuck, and that's if you have Microsoft Store. I don't know if you have a Microsoft or Apple or whatever, but just look up Gimp. So Gimp is right here, or you have the legacy version. I don't really see a difference, but I downloaded the legacy because it still works the same. I don't know why there's two different ones, but there is. So I got it right here in my folder. So now once you get that installed, we can go back to our image, pick the one you want. You can open, I'll show you two different ways on how to open it through Gimp. This one's actually the easier way, which is right click, open with, and then Gimp. Now this is going to load up your Gimp 2.10. Depending on when you look at this video, it might be on a different version. So here you go. Here is your image. Now the second way is through your files, open, and then find your image any way you want. As you see, I got, and then just hit open, and then there's your other image. So to get rid of extra images that you have up here, if you don't want them necessarily, see this X, and close it out, and now you're good. All right, so now that we got our image opened up in Gimp, our next step is to make it an emote. So there is a few steps to this in order to make it an emote. The first step is to get it to cut out. So you see this free select tool up here on the left that looks like a lasso. We'll go ahead and we'll click that. This is what cuts it out. So you can make it as close as possible. You can do whatever you want. You can leave like a highlight around it of the original image if you want as well. So let's go ahead and let's get this cut out. This does take a second to get done. I did use a large image. So even if you are so far away and you want to shave it down some, I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit as well. So basically what you're doing with this line is you're outlining your whole emote that you want, your whole image. So you can do just the head, you could do the body, anything you want. Like I'm going to take some of this grass and I'm going to leave it in. Now the lines have to connect at the end, like that. And you see how it changed? All right, so now we hit cut. So Control X. And now you cut out your whole image that you produced. Next, we're going to hit Control V to paste. And you see how now it's a floating section. Well, this floating section, what we're going to do over here on our right is right click it. And we're going to go here to new layer. Click to new layer. Once you click that, now it's on its own layer by itself. So once you have it on a layer by itself, now we can move on to the next step, which is you can get rid of the background. You see how the background's still there? Well, don't worry. This little eye over here to the right, you click it off, it gets rid of the background for you. It is no longer there. So, but if you want to leave it there, you can. It's up to you. Still, it beats the purpose of cutting it. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit more center, which by the directions tool, I'm going to move it a little bit more to the middle. Now, the next step would be to make it a rectangle. or square, nonetheless. So the rectangular selection tool right here, you click that. Now, you are going to want to have it one by one right here in this section. Because if you don't, it is not going to work properly. So, fully outline your emote. Okay? Now, once you fully have it outlined, hit hit enter. This will make it to the square you want. You see how now it has a square around it? That's what we need in order to actually upload it, because it has to be in a square type of dimension for Twitch. Next, in order to change the size for the emote, scale image. Right now it is at 2048. So you can change it to 112 and it'll automatically do it. But before we get to this step, don't just automatically change it. We are going to get our wording. So, well, I got it right here. So it's font-generator.com. And you can use whatever one you want, whatever style, graffiti. I use this bulk. Yeah. I don't have my ad blocker on right now, so you guys are seeing all this in real time. I do have Opera, which does have an extension for an ad blocker. I'm just not using it right now because I was already in this browser. So I'll go with giant, not small, because it's over 2,000, because you're still going to have to resize this. So all I'm going to say is tiger. Okay, so now we got this. You can change, before anything else, you can change the way that it looks in the back. So you can change it red, purple. So I'm going to go ahead and go with purple. Download image in format PNG. Okay, now this is downloaded right here. See, I already had buy for a previous emote I did. Now, I will warn you guys, save as you go. I don't know how many times I had to go back and redo this cutout. Then I had to resize it, everything else. So if you just go to File, Export As, this is how you're going to end up saving it and also making a PNG file at the same time. I'll also go back to this step as well. So we're just going to name this Tiger. And right here, you're going to change that to .png. This is going to export it as a PNG file. You could also end up making animate emotes on here, which then you would have to do .gift. But right now, we're just going to do PNG. Go ahead and export that. None of these change. You keep them all the same, and you just click export. So now you got your regular and your cutout saved. So just in case, like, you do end up making a mistake, you can go back and you have this to rely back on, which is basically after the cutout process. All right. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to move on to this right here. So it does have a text in here we're going to get rid of. and we're going to color it in. So we're going to open this with paint. You can go to paint and open it that way if that's how you like, or you can just right click, open with, and then paint. So once you open it up with paint, we're going to go ahead and we're going to erase this right here. Okay. Now we can go ahead and we can go ahead and color it in if you want. You can leave it like that, but I prefer to color it in. Let's figure out what color looks best with the purple. My phone went off for 1 second. Okay. So this one doesn't look bad. Then once you get it colored in, you get that erased, I'd go ahead and I'll save it. You can just hit save or save as. You can change it to anything you want. Obviously, GIF, you have all these options. But I'm just going to hit save because I'll automatically update it right here. Okay. Now that we got our image, we got both of our images done. The next step is we could shave this up. I'll just do a little bit because it's only a video and I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go image. Right? Kind of lost where I was at. Yeah, image. Sorry. Scale image. We're going to go to 1500. We don't want to get it too small because we need to get the text just right. So this is going to take a second to load. Okay. So the reason why I was turning it down is because the eraser that we use, you don't want it too large because it's only going to take out a tiny bit, and you don't want it too little because then it'll take out too much. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom in. So we got the zoom in tool right here on the left, which is your magnifying glass. Zoom out, zoom in. We're going to obviously we need to zoom in. Okay. You see how I still got a little bit of stuff around here? Well, I'm going to show you guys how to touch that up. So here's the eraser tool right here, which is your little bitty eraser. Okay. And over to your right is what you can make it as. I use this little dot. You can use your square, which erases as a square. It's whatever you want. So I just use a little dot, and you see you can just slowly stroke it and you can get it clear. This is a quick job because I'm just showing you guys how to do this. So obviously I'm leaving some stuff behind, but I'm just doing this pretty quick. And obviously if we mess up, this is why we refer back to the other one. So like, say I deleted something over here. Well, now I can go reopen the other image and just start back my erasing process. And you don't have to start back from the get-go. Now, if you want to, after you're done erasing, you can go ahead and save it as well. And it'll save it to the new size. Uh, that's if you want to. You don't have to. I don't save it again after this process until I'm done. But some people like to be safe, so saving it after every process is always good too. And then just later on, after you're satisfied, go ahead and delete your older ones because obviously you won't need them anymore. Because, like, if I have this one fully erased, I don't need just the cutout. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom back out. All right, now that we're zoomed out, I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Open, like I showed you guys earlier, if that's how you guys wanted to put the image in here. Now we need to put another image in here, which is our text. So we're going to open. We're going to find our text, which is right here, and open it. We're going to do the same process as we did for cutting out the tiger. We're going to go for the lasso, right here, free select tool. Now this one doesn't have to be perfect because it already has a transparent background. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut it out. So that's what's with Control X in order to use the cut tool, cutting. So we're not going to hit Control V on this one because we don't need it here. We don't need it back on the same one. We'll go back to this image and we'll hit Control V. Now it's over here. So this is how you get it over here, but you see how it's so little? This is what I was trying to talk about earlier. We have to change sizes. Did I talk about? I don't remember. I'm rambling. But since we have it saved and it doesn't matter about the background or anything like that, and we didn't anchor it yet, we can move it around freely. It's still over here as floating. So right click this and we're going to delete this layer. And then we're going to go back here. You see how it's over here in our clipboard? Paste it. Or you can just reopen it. That's up to you. Open. Open. So either you can just paste it back to the same one you had it on, or you can just open up a new one. Just remember to close out your older one. Yes, discard changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to image, scale size. See, this is what the problem is. We're only at 367. And our initial image is at, what did I put it at, 1500? So let's go ahead and put 1250. This is going to scale our image a lot larger. Right? I need to double check to make sure what I put this as, 1500. Yep, okay. If this works for you, that's fine. If it doesn't, you can make it smaller. You don't have to have it this size. So we'll go ahead and we'll change it again. We'll put it at 1000. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to not do that. Okay. There we go. Now we got our image cut out. Boom. Paste. We'll go ahead. We'll position it any way you guys want. You can put it up here. Put it over here, over here, over here. All right. I'm going to put it down here so this way you guys can still see, like, all of it, right? It makes it in everything else is still visible. It just basically just makes it stand out. So we're going to go ahead, and after we're done figuring out what positioning we want it in, come over here to the floating selection. So last time we used 2 new layer in order to get the floating section down. Well, we don't need it in a different layer. We need it on the same layer. In order to get it to the same layer, you hit anchor layer. You see how now it's not all pixelated? That's because now it's part of this image. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to, well, actually it's the last thing we're going to do, not next thing. Now that our image is fully complete, you guys have it the way you guys want it to look, what text you want to have it. You got the text in the right fucking spot, one little razzle dazzle, whatever you want. You're going to go ahead and hit your image, scale size. All Twitch emotes are 112 by 112. This is for all of them. You might get the ones that's 56 by 56, or there's a few other ones that you can make. You can also make them on here as well. It will give you the correct size, square. It's a square emote, everything. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scale it. This is the size of your emote. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to file, export as. I'm going to go ahead and change mine to Tiger 1. Export. Export again. So you don't actually have to export this if you want to save it over your older image. I'm exporting a new one because I might want to use the tiger for something else later, like put lurk or GG or something else on there. Okay, so here is our emote. This is what it looks like when it's fully done. And that is how you make an emote on Gimp. And how you would find everything you need to find. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like to. You can always come check me out on Twitch. I'm a variety gamer. If you check out my YouTube videos, you see I got played Kingdom Hearts, V Rising, everything. So, hope you all have a good day, and I hope you all enjoyed the video.